Good morning, children. Welcome back to chemistry class, and we will be finishing our revision for chapter 1. Chapter 1, chemical reactions and chemical equations. Chemical reaction is a chemical change in which the composition of the reacting substances undergo change to form the new substance, and the new substance, that is product, is entirely different in the compared to that of the reactants. Now the question would be, how do I know whether a chemical reaction has occurred or not? One could be there is a production of gas. Two, heat could have been released or absorbed. Three, light could have been produced. Four, a precipitate could have been formed. Five, there could be a smell, a distinct smell which identifies the reaction, or there could be a change in color telling that new substance is formed. Now I have taken a beaker and I have taken baking soda, sodium hydrogen carbonate in it, and I have added vinegar. Can you see the bubbles of carbon dioxide gas produced there, telling that chemical change has occurred? Now next we have taken certain papers and we have burnt them. Production of heat, production of light, production of gas, that is smoke, also indicates that there was a chemical reaction and resulting in the formation of new substance. Now I have taken a chemical reaction in which certain particles which are not soluble just at the end of the reaction goes down and settles at the bottom. So the clear solution ended up with certain precipitate being formed at the end. Now here let us take one more example. I have taken two reactants, and when I have added, the product had entirely different color, indicating that there was a new substance formed. Right? This is also an example to tell us that there was a chemical reaction or a chemical change that has occurred. Sometimes when we do a chemical reaction, a certain kind of a gas is evolved which has certain characteristic smell. Could be a burning of sulfur indicating sulfur dioxide or sulfur trioxide gas, or a rotten egg smell indicating hydrogen sulfide. This also indicates that a chemical reaction has occurred and a new substance has been formed. Sometimes when you see substances like iron, when exposed to atmosphere, rust, and that change in color also indicates that there was a chemical reaction. Now I have taken a test tube having HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, and I have added zinc granules. Can you see those bubbles now indicating that there is some gas being produced? Now end of the reaction, zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is produced. How do I know hydrogen gas? Test is, take a burning matchstick, bring it closer to the mouth of the test tube. Now that pop sound indicates that the gas produced was hydrogen. Now can you see the clear solution of lead nitrate and potassium iodide? When I have added potassium iodide to the clear solution of lead nitrate, both are colorless solutions, but the form resulted in the formation of lead iodide and potassium nitrate. And can you see that lead iodide was that yellow precipitate? Now here can you see, I am doing one more experiment where I have taken sodium sulfate in a test tube, and in another test tube I am taking barium chloride. Children, notice both are colorless solutions, but when I mix them, you can see there is a white precipitate formation happening, and that white precipitate is barium sulfate, and that clear solution that you see is sodium chloride. If I keep this test tube aside for certain period of time, I can see the entire precipitate settling clearly at the bottom. Now this is the equation. Sodium sulfate reacting with barium chloride to form barium sulfate precipitate and sodium chloride. Children, that was chemical reaction. Could you see the new product being formed? and how there are indicators which can tell me that a chemical reaction has successfully taken place. Now, let us take some more reactions to understand whether they are chemical reactions or simple physical change, right? So, let me take copper sulfate. Now, this is hydrous copper sulfate, children. Can you see the blue color? Hydrous means it is having water content in it. What is that water molecule called? Water of crystallization. So copper sulfate, pentahydrate, CuSO4 5H2O is having blue color. Now I am heating it on the spirit lamp. Now slowly when I heat, can you see that steam kind of a formation, that is water vapor being formed on the walls of the test tube? At the same time, the blue color substance now has turned into white color. That means what? The water molecules from the copper sulfate, that is water of crystallization, left, leaving me a anhydrous copper sulfate. Now can you see the color of anhydrous copper sulfate? That is white. Let me add a few drops of water. The minute I have added water, the anhydrous copper sulfate has turned into hydrated copper sulfate. Children, here is only loss of water. So it is a physical change, not a chemical change. But I wanted you to understand what is hydrated and anhydrous salts, right? Now, this is another hydrated salt, that is your pale green color of it. Now, when I take ferrous sulfate, it is a hydrated salt, molecules of water of crystallization in it. I am heating it on a spirit lamp. Now, can you notice the change? Can you see the water vapor formed on the walls of the test tube? At the same time, change in the color of the ferrous sulfate there. Now, ferrous sulfate has changed into iron oxide, and can you see the gases that are coming out? Children, you can't see because they are colorless, but there is a smell of a burning sulfur, indicating that the gas produced is sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Children, this was your revision. Children, study hard. When you work hard, you will be getting a wonderful result. So stay home, stay safe.